Hello and welcome. For thousands of years, humans have looked up at the night sky and wondered what's out there. We named the stars, imagined constellations, and created stories about the cosmos, but space remained a silent mystery. Then we started building our own messengers, small pieces of metal launched into the sky, carrying our questions into the unknown. We sent probes to other planets, telescopes to see distant galaxies, and rovers to explore alien worlds. Suddenly, the silence of space was broken. We heard the first beeps from orbit, a human voice from beyond the clouds, and saw the first human footprint on another world. This is the story of humanity's journey to the stars. So stick around as we take a closer look at the crafts that gave us a voice in the cosmos. In 1957, the world was shaken by a sound that seemed so small, and yet it echoed across the entire planet. It was a simple beep coming from the sky. That sound was Sputnik 1, the very first artificial satellite ever launched into space by the Soviet Union. Sputnik was no larger than a beach ball, weighing about 184 pounds. Nothing about its design was beautiful or advanced compared to today's technology. But when it was launched on October 4th, 1957, it changed history forever. For the first time, humanity had placed something beyond Earth's atmosphere. The whole world listened to those radio signals. They weren't just signals from a machine. They were the first voice of humankind speaking into the cosmos. The launch of Sputnik didn't just begin the space age, it also ignited the fierce competition between the United States and the Soviet Union, a race that would eventually carry people to the moon. But what makes Sputnik so significant is not only what it did, but what it meant. It proved that the heavens were not unreachable. It told us, yes, you can leave Earth. You can step into the void. And that message changed every dreamer, every scientist, every child staring at the sky. 4 years after Sputnik's beep, another sound reached Earth. This time, it was not the voice of a machine, it was the voice of a man. On April 12, 1961, Yuri Gagarin, a 27-year-old Soviet pilot, became the first human to orbit Earth inside a spacecraft called Vostok 1. Gagarin's journey lasted just 108 minutes, yet in those minutes, humanity crossed one of its greatest boundaries. A person had left Earth and looked down upon it with his own eyes. Imagine the sight, our planet, blue and fragile, hanging in the blackness. Gagarin described it simply, "I see Earth. It is so beautiful." The Vostok capsule itself was small, cramped, and dangerous. There were no advanced controls for Gagarin to steer. The flight was largely automated. The technology was primitive compared to today's spacecraft. But what mattered was the courage. A human body had never been tested in space. No one knew what might happen. Would the heart still beat in zero gravity? Could the brain function? Would radiation kill him? Gagarin risked his life to answer these questions. And when he returned safely, the world celebrated. Not just a Soviet victory, but a human one. The barrier had been broken. A man had touched the sky. The Vostok mission is remembered today as a symbol of boldness, of humanity's decision to put its own flesh and blood into the great unknown. Apollo, the moon leap. If Sputnik was the first whisper, and Vostok was the first voice, then Apollo 11 was the great shout that echoed across time. On July 20th, 1969, Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin landed on the moon while Michael Collins orbited above. The spacecraft that carried them, the Apollo Command Module and Lunar Module, represented years of engineering, billions of dollars, and countless hours of labor. But when Armstrong stepped down and said, "That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind. It was not just a mission's success, it was the fulfillment of humanity's ancient dream. The Apollo program was not easy. Before success came tragedy. Apollo 1 burned on the launch pad, killing 3 astronauts during a test. Rockets exploded, missions failed. But still, humanity pushed forward. What Apollo 11 gave us was more than national pride or Cold War victory. It gave us perspective. The photos taken by the astronauts, like Earthrise, our blue planet floating in the void, changed the way we think of ourselves. Suddenly, nations seemed smaller, borders meaningless. We were all part of one fragile home. The Hubble Eye. After we reached the moon, we turned our eyes outward. In 1990, NASA launched the Hubble Space Telescope, a giant observatory orbiting above Earth. For the first time, we had an eye in the heavens, free from the blur of Earth's atmosphere. Hubble was not perfect at first. Its mirror had a flaw, producing blurry images. But scientists fixed it with a servicing mission in 1993, and once it was repaired, Hubble opened a window unlike any other. It gave us breathtaking images of galaxies billions of light years away, of stars being born in clouds of gas, of planets orbiting other stars. The Hubble Deep Field image, a photo that looked like an empty patch of sky, revealed thousands of galaxies, proof that the universe is overflowing with worlds. For 30 years, Hubble has transformed our understanding of the cosmos. It showed us that the universe is not static, but expanding faster than we thought. It gave us beauty and science in one frame. Webb, the Golden Mirror. If Hubble was the first great eye, then the James Webb Space Telescope is the golden successor. Launched in December 2021, Webb is the most powerful telescope ever built. With its golden segmented mirror and sun shield the size of a tennis court, it was designed to look farther back in time than ever before. Webb orbits nearly 1 million miles away at a place called L2, beyond Earth's shadow. From there, it sees in infrared light, the invisible glow of heat, allowing it to peer through cosmic dust and see galaxies as they were just hundreds of millions of years after the Big Bang. The first images Webb released in July 2022 stunned the world. Galaxies stacked upon galaxies, stars wrapped in nebula, light that had traveled for billions of years finally arriving at our eyes. But Webb is not just about beauty. It is already helping scientists study the atmospheres of distant exoplanets, searching for signs of life. It is showing us how stars and planets form. Voyager, the farthest messenger. In 1977, 2 spacecraft were launched on a mission to explore the outer planets. Their names, Voyager 1 and Voyager 2. They visited Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune, sending back stunning photos of worlds we'd never seen up close. But their journey did not end there. Voyager 1 is now more than 15 billion miles from Earth, the farthest human-made object in existence. It has crossed into interstellar space, where the influence of our sun gives way to the stars. Voyager 2 is not far behind. On board each Voyager is the Golden Record, a phonograph record carrying the sounds of Earth, greetings in many languages, music from different cultures, the sound of waves and wind and laughter. It is a message to any life that might find it, telling them who we are. The Voyager's instruments are slowly shutting down, one by one as power runs out. But they continue to drift. Long after Earth itself may be gone, Voyager will still sail the dark between the stars. The rovers, the wanderers. Mars has always been a place of wonder, red, dry, mysterious. We dreamed of touching it, and slowly we have. In 1997, the tiny Sojourner rover rolled onto Martian soil, the first robot to drive on another planet. Then came Spirit and Opportunity in 2004. Spirit lasted 6 years. Opportunity was supposed to last 90 days, but kept working for 15 years, traveling 28 miles across Mars. When it finally went silent in 2018, its last message to Earth was heartbreaking. My battery is low, and it's getting dark. Then came Curiosity in 2012, a nuclear-powered rover still exploring today. And in 2021, Perseverance landed, carrying not just science instruments, but a small helicopter named Ingenuity, the first powered flight on another planet.
They drilled into rocks, searched for water, and looked for signs of ancient life. The rovers showed us that Mars was once a world of rivers and lakes. They proved that Mars is not just a desert, but a place where life may have once lived, and where humans may one day follow.